Today's game presented by Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com. Folks, this is it. The final weekend of Athletes Unlimited softball. We've got 4 weeks already in the books. Today, we start week 5. A champion will be crowned as this week ends in Rosemont, Illinois. But first things first, we have got a doubleheader coming your way. It is going to be the lid lifter, Team Eberly, taking on Team Chittister. Hello, everyone. So glad you could join us with my partner, former Women's College World Series Most Outstanding Player, Danielle Laurie. I am Eric Collins. This is year 2 of Athletes Unlimited softball. Year 1, it was dominated by Kat Osterman, such a fun thing to watch. But here, year 2, totally different scenario. And in the final handful of games, really anything could happen.
I love it. Going into week 5, I think you're going to see some different things happening from the athletes, especially with the leaderboard. They want to be the top dog. Some different things are going to happen, and the captains are ultimately the ones in control and stand a good chance at being the champion at the end of this.
You mentioned captains. That's a big part of what Athletes Unlimited softball is all about. Take a look at our overview. 60 players divided into 4 different teams each and every week, headed by 4 captains. Those 4 captains are the 4 players with the most points on the leaderboard. After this weekend, we're not going to have a championship team. We will have one individual champion, and we'll find that champion by using this innovative scoring system.
Yes, and Alicia Ocasio was the top dog. Amanda Chittister, Carrie Eberly, and Savannah Jaquish. Anyone can win it at this point, but those 4 ultimately in the control and in the driver's seat, and I cannot wait to see how this ends up.
Well, Carrie Eberly, a captain for the very first time in her rookie campaign, and what a week she had last week. Over 600 points for her.
She has just been exceptional last weekend. 2-0, 13 innings pitched, only 2 earned runs. She's just so effective. She keeps the ball down in the zone, has so much spin, can field her position with the best of them. And at the end of the day, she got to be in the captain's seat for week 5. And what a special moment for the rookie.
And Eberly, with her first round pick, she chooses the shortstop, Anisa Ortez, to help her out.
Yes, and this is what she did in week 4, was 5 for 10. But defensively, to me, she's a staple. She's a leader. When she plays shortstop, people are looking. She holds the defense together, and she happens to lead the league in RBI, so I understand why Eberly wanted her on her team.
Let's take a look at Team Eberly's batting order. It's brought to you by Geico. You got Aguilar, airtight as the second baseman. She'll lead things off. Victoria Hayward can really go get it out in center field. There's Ortez in the 3-hole, followed by Bubba Nichols, Kelsey Harshman, Riley Sarton-Vaughn, Taylor Edwards in DP, Aubrey Moreau, one of the best defenders behind the plate, and Michelle Moultrie is out in right field. Let's take a look now at Team Chittister, how they'll align defensively. Amber Pfizer, bit of a surprise. She's going to get the start. Deja Moulipola is the catcher. Warren and Clifton left side of the infield with Abby Ramirez and the captain, Amanda Chittister, on the right side. Lorenz, Andrews, and Wiggins in the outfield from left to right. All right, let's talk a little bit about Amber Pfizer. I think some people would have figured that Kat Osterman would get the nod, but no, it is the young right-hander, Amber Pfizer.
Yes, and Amber Pfizer, Minnesota Golden Gopher, throws that ball hard. It's a good quality start for her. Throws that curve, that screw, as well as that rise, and can change speeds. And, you know, Eric, you and I chatted about it, and we're surprised Kat wasn't getting the start, but it's better to have her in the pen to be able to bring her in if there's any sight of trouble.
Amber Pfizer, this is now her 7th game, her 2nd start as a win, doesn't have a loss. Just recently completed her college eligibility at Minnesota. Best to ever come out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Amber Pfizer will face Aguilar, Hayward, and Ortez here in this first inning. Now, as we decide this year's individual champion, obviously stat points are huge. You get points for everything you do here with Athletes Unlimited. But what we've also found is inning wins, so vital. And Team Chittister, their captain Amanda Chittister, currently in the number 2 hole points-wise. She needs her team to win innings and win games this weekend if she wants to take home the top prize. Everything matters with Athletes Unlimited. First pitch of the game, sails high, ball 1.
Well, and something to think about, too, with Amanda Chittister and Kat Osterman on her team, she ultimately can control where Kat goes on the leaderboard based on if she's going to pitch her or not. And that's kind of crazy to think about, but at the end of the day, it is strategic in the sense where you want to win, and pitchers we know can move up the leaderboard quick, 4 points for every single out recorded. Not to say that that's the exact strategy, but I do know if I was close with someone and they were on my team and I really want to win, you never know what you'll do when you really want to win.
That's one of the cool things about Athletes Unlimited, is it's always the game within a game. And beginning this weekend's action, Kat Osterman is in the 10th spot on the overall leaderboard. She would need to have just an unbelievable monster 3 games for her to get in consideration for the top spot, but you never know. Three balls and 2 strikes. Ali Aguilar beginning off our ball game with a quality at bat against Amber Pfizer. Aguilar's had a nice go around. 306 batter with 3 homers. First year playing with Athletes Unlimited for Aguilar, and she draws the leadoff walk. That's what you want out of your leadoff batter. See as many pitches as possible and inevitably get on base.
This is a screwball on the outside part of the plate. I really like this pitch. I just think it's a little bit too much in the other side of the batter's box. She could get that a little more in. I think she's able to ring her up.
All right, here's Victoria Hayward. A lot of things that she could do here. Shows bunt, gets it down. Warren, the play's at first, and not in time. Oh, the ball just squirted away from Warren for a moment, and you can't have any miscues when Hayward's running down the line.
This is just a quality sacrifice, and that little slight bobble is the difference between safe and out, and that's a play that Jessie Warren normally makes.
It's ruled an infield single. So you have runners on at first and at second with nobody out. Here's Anisa Ortez, the #1 pick by Carrie Eberle on Tuesday's draft. She was taken 2nd overall. Ortez beginning this final weekend of action, 11th out of 60 players on the leaderboard. And she leads everyone and runs batted in. 14 of them so far through her first 12 games. Number first base side. There's the first out of the game. Ortez bounces out to her fiancé, Amanda Chittister. So it'll have the same result as a sacrifice, moving both runners up a base. There's now 1 out. Here's Bubba Nichols. For Bubba, her 3rd week in market. Olympian from Merced, California. Wow. She showed bunt and almost had Aguilar out to dry it on the 3rd base line. What was this?
I thought it was going to be a little bunt and run squeeze play.
Swinging away, it's now 1-2.
And that's the thing, every single week these teams have to get to know each other really quick, and who makes those decisions with the squeeze type play? Is that ultimately up to the captain? Is the facilitator at 3rd? Is it up to the athlete?
Little number, here comes Warren charging, the play's at the plate, save! Wonderful base running by Aguilar, got a great read, and she scores the game's first run.
She sees that slow roller, trusts her speed, gets in there. It's boom boom play by Jessie Warren. I just think it was too slow of a roller to be able to get her.
So that's super important. You play for inning wins. And if Team Chittister doesn't score, that'll be an inning win for Team Eberle, and everyone gets 10 points. Well, let's recap what happened for Team Eberle on Tuesday. First-time captain, Carrie Eberle. She takes Anisa Ortez, looking for some defense up the middle, but also that big bat that she swings. The other pitcher selected high, Taylor McQuillan. So that's a really good pitching staff with McQuillan and Eberle.
When they complement each other so well, Eberle primarily down from the right side. McQuillan, a lefty, has that good curveball.
Ball squirts away, and it's going to allow Nichols to take an extra base. That'll be a passed ball on the catcher, Moulipola. Still just one out here. One and one. Ball and 2 strikes to Kelsey Harshman. Harshman beginning the day 47th out of 60 players on the leaderboard. Tucson, Arizona native, played collegiately in the Big Ten at Wisconsin. Foul tipped into the catcher's glove. First strikeout for Pfizer.
Pretty pitch. See her just pull the swing on this off-speed changeup. Really had Kelsey Harshman out front. That's a beautiful pitch in a clutch situation.
All right, so runners on at second and at third, 2 outs. And next in line for Team Eberly is Lily Piper, former Ohio State All-American. So this is a good Big Ten battle right here. You got the Minnesota Golden Gopher pitcher, Amber Pfizer, taking on the former Ohio State Buckeye and Lily Piper. Wind's blowing out, and Piper can really ride that wind. She's got some pop in that bat, but she may not get anything to hit here. There is a base open. One run in for Team Eberly, and a lot of traffic on the base paths, but it's important to remember the ball had left the infield. Aguilar the walk. Hayward trying to lay it on to sacrifice. Got an infield single. Ground out by Ortez. Fielder's choice on a ground ball hit by Nichols. And it's a 1-0 lead for Team Eberly.
I think in this situation, you just have to pick your poison a little bit if you're Amber Pfizer. Like looking at Lily Piper's batting average in .231 on the season, not the best, but at the end of the day, we've seen Piper step up with bases, runners on base, and come up clutch in situations.
Into right, she's done it again. That'll drive in a run, maybe 2. Yep, 2 will score. It is a 2-run, 2-out single for Lily Piper, and the lead is 3-0.
Let's go! Keep it up, George! Keep it going!
This is a 3-1 count. You see that ball drift over the plate. Can't do that on Lily Piper. We know 3-1's a hitter's count, but have to hit a little bit of a better spot, especially with runners on base. It's a big at-bat.
So a great start for Team Eberly. And the way that Carrie Eberly pitched last week, they already have enough runs. 3-0 lead, top of the first inning. And Riley Sarton-Vaughn inserted into the game to replace Piper at first. Taylor Edwards, the batter. Little number that should end the inning. Clifton wins the race to the bag. Side is retired, but 3 runs scored for Team Eberly. When we come back, Amanda Chittister will lead her offense onto the field. Amanda Chittister and Team Chittister heading to the bat rack. Great stuff. Head to auprosports.com to get your Athletes Unlimited gear. Don't forget to follow on social AU Pro Sports for exclusive in-time content. Those Love is Unlimited t-shirts, they were unveiled on Thursday. The players wore them during practice. It is a big theme of the weekend. We have our Pride Night for our second game today. Love is Unlimited t-shirts. That is the way it's being expressed. Just fantastic stuff. And you can get yours at auprosports.com. All right, Team Chittister already down 3-0. Let's take a look at the Team Chittister lineup card brought to you by Geico. 3 A's. Aaliyah Andrews, Amanda Chittister, Amanda Lorenz batting 1, 2, 3. Jessie Warren in the cleanup spot, Moulipola. A couple of homers for her. She's the catcher. The veteran Megan Wiggins, followed by Kaylee Clifton, Sam Fisher, and Abby Ramirez. Now defensively, Carrie Eberly relies on her defense probably more than any pitcher in the league. She'll get ground ball after ground ball after ground ball. Eberly throws to Monroe with Sarton Vaughn and Ortez left side of the infield, Aguilar and Harshman on the right side, Nichols, Hayward, and Moultrie in the outfield. Aaliyah Andrews takes ball 1. Let's talk a little bit about Carrie Eberly, a first-time captain.
And I love that she was a captain. She's performed so well. She's been on winning teams. She's been so consistent. You look at her point total last weekend, 604 points. There was that really true drop ball down hard in the zone. Last week was on Team Chittister, and now she's facing Team Chitty. So a big responsibility for Carrie Eberly. Like, we asked her what she felt like being a captain. I remember on the interview, she goes, I'm actually kind of nervous about it. So I'm stoked to see how this plays out for her. A lot riding on it, of course, with this being the last weekend, but also understanding that sometimes the pitchers will lean a little bit more on other people on the team to help them make decisions, because at the end of the day, when you're in the circle and you're on the mound, you sometimes solely want to focus on that responsibility.
And Eberly starts the ball game with a strikeout of Aaliyah Andrews. Now, last week, Carrie Eberly, on Monday, the final game of week 4, threw a complete game 4-hitter. That was against Team Jaquish. Threw 101 pitches, and she was just a ground ball inducing machine. Let's see how aggressive she'll be with Amanda Chittister. Chitty is one of the 2 players ahead of Carrie Eberly on the leaderboard. You got Alicia Ocasio, number 1, and you got Amanda Chittister, number 2. Chitty last week did not have a homer in 3 games, but she was a force. She was 4 for 6 batting with 4 walks. So she was on base 8 times in 3 games. And oh, by the way, as the captain, her teams won all 3 games last weekend. On the ground to her fiancé. How about that? In the first inning, Anisa Ortez bounces out to Amanda Chittister. And out here in the bottom of the first inning, Amanda Chittister bounces out to Anisa Ortez. Cosmic. Well, Amanda Chittister, captain for the 2nd straight week. She took Amanda Lorenz, who's in the batter's box right now, to begin things. And then she took Kat Osterman. She's got that weapon of Kat available in her bullpen throughout the course of this weekend.
You see Amanda Chittister leads this league in home runs and average, as well as slugging percentage. And the goal, honestly, for Team Chittister and Amanda Chittister coming into this weekend would have to be not putting so much pressure on yourself. Because I remember last year when you and I were up here and we're chatting with the players, and Victoria Hayward was in the run, and you just think about how much pressure is on these women to want to be and do well to win this thing at the end. And I think that added pressure, sometimes you can struggle.
Lorenz hits it hard, but right to Harshman. 2 more ground ball outs induced by Carrie Eberly. What's new? It's an inning win for Team Eberly. back, everyone. Well, we have just been blessed to be here for the last 5 weeks in the village of Rosemont. What a fantastic host the village has been. Phenomenal facilities here at Parkway Bank Sports Complex, but also parks, lakes, flowers, waterfalls, you name it. You actually, folks, could land at Chicago O'Hare Airport, spend a week here in the village of Rosemont, and never get anywhere close to downtown Chicago and still have a fulfilled, wonderful time. There's that much to see and do here in Rosemont. Glad you're with us. This is now the second inning, first of a doubleheader. First of 3 straight days to finish off week 5 of Athletes Unlimited softball. Aubrey Monroe down the right field line. That is foul. It'll be Aubrey Monroe, Michelle Moultrie, and Ali Aguilar batting here in this second inning against Amber Pfizer. All 3 batters playing for Team USA in the Tokyo Olympic Games this past summer. And just in case, the left-hander, Kat Osterman, getting loose. Right back to the pitcher, Amber Pfizer, softly hit, and that's the first out of our second inning. Humpback liner to the pitcher, Amber Pfizer, 1 down.
Just a little jam job with a screwball. Love that as a pitcher.
Michelle Moultrie scatters him in that third base dugout. Moultrie beginning this weekend, 21st out of 60 players on the leaderboard. She got that distinctive quick hitch. Every time the pitch comes, she puts herself in hitting mode.
Moultrie to me is some bat speed. That's pretty crazy when she just takes a hack at something. As Moulipola gets foul ball off the leg. But we've seen Moultrie get a hold of some balls, and they have some giddy up behind them. It's from one teammate to another. Both played at Team US. That hurts.
Off the knee.
I don't think we give the catchers enough love. And she rings her up.
3-pitch strikeout of Moultrie. That's the second strikeout for Pfizer.
Pretty location. Great job by Moulipola behind the dish to just spot that up.
All right, back to the top of the order, and Ali Aguilar. Aguilar began the game by walking. One ball and 1 strike. Amber Pfizer can rush it up there with the best of them. Ooh, also get that nice off-speed pitch, 57 miles per hour. And Aguilar set up. Ball and 2 strikes. Team Eberly won the first inning, so every single member on Team Eberly, all 15 players, get 10 points. That's theirs to keep throughout the rest of the afternoon. Can't lose it. Athletes Unlimited Softball is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate. Two. Another foul ball off Aguilar's bat. Well, Aguilar earned her keep last week defensively. The game on Monday, we were talking about Carrie Eberly through that complete game. 4-hitter. Ali Aguilar had 8 ground ball assists. Ball kept finding her way into her glove. Clearly, Carrie Eberly took note. When she went into the draft, she said, I'd like to have Aguilar behind me at second base. Did a good job last week. Who was the most important defender that you felt behind you, Danielle, when you pitched as Aguilar draws the walk? Second baseman, shortstop, third base, was there?
Besides the catcher.
Okay, yeah.
I loved me a good shortstop. Like, I really remember some of our Husky days, and I mean this, when Jen Salling transferred from Oregon to Washington, we don't win that national championship without the defense that she played at shortstop. And it wasn't to take away from Ashley Charters at short, but Jen and her ability to make plays look easy with that arm, she could make some plays that got you out of jams that teams would normally score. So, you know, I look at Hannah Flippin, I look at Anisa Ortez, I look at Sis Bates and how important and how high they tend to continue to keep going up in the draft. Obviously, they can do some damage in the box, but to me, defense wins championships. And you got to have an elite middle infielder. Third base, too, I think is pretty special, but shortstop to me is a pretty tough position to play.
Carrie Eberle had that first draft choice, and she went with a shortstop and Anisa Ortez. Classic ground ball pitcher saying, I want that shortstop behind me. There's Kaylee Clifton, the shortstop behind Amber Pfizer. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Victoria Hayward.
And I can't wait to see how that all-defensive team comes out and that Geico player, defensive player of the year. The athletes get to make all the decisions on that, and we'll know on Monday who's going to win those accolades.
And called strike 3. Good job by Pfizer. So she walks Aguilar with 2 outs, but then she strikes out Hayward to end the frame. 2 strikeouts for Pfizer here in the second inning.
I love me a little freeze K, a little backwards K. Look at that strike zone. Atta baby, Amber Pfizer.
It took a lot of guts to show up for this, a lot of trust in each other, and we did it. Forever, there's only going to be one first, and that's all of you.
This has been life-changing, not only for the group of 57 that we have here, but for future generations of softball players. We have truly redefined what it means to play softball and to be a professional. This is the future of our sport, and I couldn't ask for it to be in better hands.
I'm going to challenge you guys, though, all of you younger ones. It's your responsibility to keep playing. The reason you can play is because Megan Wiggins and I have kept playing. The reason Jordan Roberts had an opportunity to play this year is because Gwen Svekis has continued to play. Continue to play so the people below you have the opportunity to do this and have their life change the way we all did. Because I think we all are leaving here in the next couple days nowhere close to the same person we were when we came in.
Welcome back, everyone. Aubrey Monroe, she can really throw from behind the plate, and I love the twirl, the torque that she gets into that throw. One of the best defenders behind the plate, has been for years and years and years, so respected internationally. She's been a part of Team USA just because they can't do without her what she can do defensively.
She is. She is a force to be reckoned with behind the plate, has an arm like no other. Can call a game, great communication with the pitchers. You see her constantly going out and talking, just because that's the main thing that you have to have in this league with the teams forever changing, is that good relationship as a battery. You have to be willing to have those hard conversations and uncomfortable conversations sometimes as a pitcher-catcher duo, but the ones that sync together the best, that have that good relationship to know, okay, if she's shaking me here, what she want to go to, all of those things that the game has taken away a little bit because coaches are calling more pitches than the battery of the pitcher and the catcher. And to me, that is taken away a lot because it takes the athlete's thinking out of it. And the most important element is the thinking for the player. They're practicing. They're the ones putting in the time and the work. And at the end of the day, they have to be the ones that feel it in their gut, confident enough to throw that pitch because they want to, not somebody else.
Jessie Warren leads things off for Team Chittister. Inning points are on the line. Smoked. Can't hit it any harder. That'll be 10 points for the single, Jessie Warren. That's the first hit allowed by Carrie Eberly. Yeah, it's good to see a confident swing by Jessie Warren. Last year won the batting championship here with Athletes Unlimited, hitting over 500 a season ago. All right, next up, Deja Moulipola. Moulipola currently 17th out of 60 players on the leaderboard. Hey, I want to go back to something you just said. You talk about calling pitches. 2009, you won a national championship playing for Washington. Did your catcher call the game?
Yes. I wouldn't have had it any other way.
So you try to tell me in the 7th inning of the national championship game, Heather Tarr, your head coach, didn't know what pitch was being called?
Oh, HT had no clue what was going on with that.
Goodness.
No way. That was all. Lance Glasso was our pitching coach, and he was my saving grace for sure. But he trusts me, and we had game plans, and that's how this game works. You sit and you scout, and you figure out the best ways to beat teams, and how back in the day we would go play Pac-10 teams and play them 3 games in a weekend. So I would be facing teams 3 separate times, and you have to forever have that changing game plan.
Bouncing ball could be a double play, and it is! Wow, what a weapon. Carrie Eberly, whenever she gets in trouble, she can just dial up that ground ball. A 6-3 twin kill, 2 outs, bases clear.
I love that she can just find it to not touch the ball. She's very tall out in the circle, so she could reach her glove up and probably make that play. But man, Anisa Ortez is a wizard at shortstop, knowing exactly where she's at. Probably another reason as to why she wanted her on her team. Defensively, up the middle, she had the same people in Anisa Ortez and Ali Aguilar last week with Team Chitty. We all know she's a ground ball pitcher. You want to be able to feed those you trust.
Megan Wiggins, the batter. That's kind of a goofy thing to say, but I've been watching softball for a long time. And I think Carrie Eberly may be the best I've ever seen at actually staying away from ground balls hit towards her. She takes her glove down and the ball seems to go right to the defender she wants it to.
Well, and you can tell when she's gotten the ball, more times than not, she's doing a 1-2 walk through. She's not throwing the ball overhand much. I don't think that is her strong suit necessarily. That is totally not a bad thing. So it's being fully aware of where your defenders are at, knowing that I'm not as comfortable, let someone else make that play, and that's kind of why she keeps doing that. But
there's your league leaderboard brought to you by Geico. We're going to be updating this constantly throughout the course of this weekend and Monday night. The great thing about Athletes Unlimited, all the sports, it's not about an individual, or it's not a team championship you're gunning for, it's an individual championship. Who comes out on top? Who's the best when you talk about these great athletes? First walk allowed by Eberly. Wiggins, the walk. Walks are worth 8 points, so +8 for Megan. Here's Kayla Clifton. Right in the middle of the pack, 30th out of 60 players on the leaderboard. 323 batter with a couple of homers. Got to be funky right now for Eberly and Clifton. They're both Big 12ers. Eberly threw at Oklahoma State, while Clifton played at Oklahoma. But right now it's Clifton wearing the Oklahoma State orange. That's a classic Oklahoma State look right there by an Oklahoma Sooner. Orange and black. Whenever Clifton gets drafted by the orange team, she must just cringe. Probably gets a phone call from Patty Gasso. Got to represent. 2 balls and a strike to Clifton. About as solid as you get. Into center field, second hit of the inning. Clifton gets herself a single. Wiggins all the way over to third. Runners on at the corners. Now we're starting to see some better swings on Eberle.
Megan Wiggins sees this up the middle. A lot of speed, gets to third pretty easy.
So now how big is that double play? Besides that double play, we've had a line drive single by Jessie Warren, the line drive single by Kaylee Clifton, and the walk to Wiggins. But no one scored. Now runners on at the corners. Sam Fisher. Fisher has just 2 hits on the year, but that 1 hit last weekend was huge for her. Was the difference in a game that her team won and also got her MVP 1 status. Two-0.
Well, and as a pitcher, you know who's swinging a hot bat. You know who is struggling. You know the averages for the most part. And this is a situation here for Carrie Eberle where you have to just fully attack Sam Fisher, batting .091 on the season. Has come up and got that big time home run, but has still been struggling a little bit.
There's the strike she needed. Now this part of the lineup, 8 and 9, Fisher and Ramirez, combined just 3 hits on the year. So Eberle's got to make hay. 3-1. Inning points are on the line. Team Eberle didn't score, top of the second inning. Should Team Chittister score, it would be 10 points for every member of their team. Just disappears. 3-2.
Well, and that just goes to show that's a 3-1 count. It's a good hack by Sam Fisher, and it shows how much that ball looks like it's going to be a strike. That's a big hack, way down in the zone.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. There goes Clifton. And we'll do it again.
Team Chittister definitely making Carrie Eberle work. Already 30, going on 33 pitches in 2 innings.
Well, right now, Clifton getting her sprint work in. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. No reason for the runner to stay on at first. You're going to be off with every pitch. Ortez, side retired. The ultimate weapon. Eberle can get that ground ball seemingly whenever she wants. Rollover innings when we come back to Rosemont, Illinois.
It's like flying in her hair. Oh, I can't hit that note. My voice is gone. Here we go. Bunt. One. Bunt. Watch. I got you here. Oh, take it. Yep. Atta girl. Good job.
Hey, that's Abby Ramirez, widely considered to be just a phenomenal teammate over the years. Everywhere she's been, teams have won. She's played with a ton of joy. Watched her for the last couple of years. Abby, we're in a microphone right now. How you doing out there at second base?
I'm good. How are you? It's a nice day out here, a little windy, but nice crisp fall day.
That was my first question. You're a Chicagoan, born and raised.
Yeah.
Give us a scouting report of the weather here, Red. How windy is it? How much of a factor is it going to be today?
Definitely balls in the air are going to be a factor, but temperature-wise, it's better than what we've had all week, so no complaints here. Good. You're right.
I feel like I've seen your family in the stands pretty much every weekend. What has that been like last year? Obviously, amazing that this league was able to happen with no fans in the stands, but how cool it is to be able to have those you love watching.
Oh, it's honestly the best. Every time I look out in the stands, I see them waving at me, and all the Ramirez shirts and all the cheers whenever I'm in the game and whenever my team does something good. So it's honestly the best. Nice pitch.
Abby, you have the distinction of playing on this field at so many different levels. Mentioned the fact that you're from Chicago, went to Trinity High School. You played on this field in high school. You played on this field with your travel ball team. You remember the Beverly Bandits.
Oh, yeah.
You played on this field as a pro in the MPF, the Chicago Bandits, and now you're your second year with AU.
Nice spot. Sorry.
It's pretty cool, the fact that you've really gone and done all these wonderful things, but you always come back to this particular field.
Yeah, I know. It feels like home here. I mean, like since it was first built, I've pretty much been coming to games here. My teams have played here. I actually, fun fact, Tara Novello and I played travel ball together, so I used to play behind her on this field all the time. So it's a fun little reunion here we got.
Tell people at home the idea of Chicago softball. It's kind of not great weather 12 months of the year, but what was it like becoming an elite player playing in a northern place?
Oh yeah, the Midwest, we take a lot of pride in being tough, so I try not to ever wear sleeves, more of a pride thing for me. But I mean, especially going to Michigan too, and just like Big Ten weather and all that. I mean, we used to always say, or Hutch would always say at Michigan, the tough go to Michigan because of the weather, and I think it builds character, and I think you know, that has a lot to do with not just me as a softball player, but me as a person too.
Well, and I love it. You got drafted by another Michigan teammate, and Amanda Chittister. What has it been like as far as, obviously a lot on the line this week for everyone, but looking at Amanda Chittister and a potential to be in that top spot, has it changed at all knowing this is the last weekend for her?
Roll it here. Yeah, no, it was really cool. I love playing with Chitty. I didn't get to play with her at Michigan, but playing with her on the Bandits was the best ever, and obviously we all know about Chitty. She's one of the best to ever come out of Michigan, so to be able to be on the same team again is... Well, one! Ah, my bad. Couldn't find it. Yeah, no, you're good.
Awesome stuff. We're
Sorry
watching
about
you.
that.
Hey, we're watching you go
was.
from one place to the other. It's amazing the responsibilities a second baseman has. You played a lot of infield positions. What do you think is the most difficult infield position to play?
I do think second's tough because there's a lot of coverages. At the same time, though, I do like the short throw. It's nice on the arm. But I mean, you have to think sometimes, you know, you have to cover the bunt and the steal. So you got to read the hitter on what their hands are doing, and that's always a tough situation. Worst case is having a slapper up and a fast runner at first. It's like a nightmare as an infielder, or as a middle at least. Good spot.
Every week, Abby, a team kind of comes up with like a fun theme and stuff like that. And what was Team Chittister's this week leading up to week 5?
We are the Smashing Pumpkins. We wanted to go with the Halloween theme. So, good spot. So we have, as you can see, a lot of pumpkin. Yeah, location good. A lot of pumpkin decor, and we kind of, you know, we've been saying it's spooky season, so I'm buying into it. Nice spot! Sorry.
All right, I'm going to give you a chance to give a shout-out to the Big Ten. You got Amber Pfizer, Minnesota Golden Gopher pitching. You got Kelsey Harshman, played at Wisconsin. You're a proud Michigan Wolverine. I don't think the Big Ten gets enough love nationally sometimes softball-wise.
Oh, yeah. I'm very proud to be. Yes, Amber, good. Yep, here we go. I got you here.
Keep going up.
Yep. I love being from the Big Ten, and I think that, like I said, I think we're tough, and to see so many Big Ten alumni here is super awesome, especially when rookies come in like Amber, and getting to play with some people I've played against is super cool, and we take a lot of pride in where we come from, that's for sure. Good spot.
Abby, thank you for your time.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll
Thanks
be watching.
for chatting.
Yeah. That's Abby Ramirez playing second base right now for Team Chittister. It's been an action-filled top of the third inning right now in the infield for Abby Ramirez. Here's Riley Sarton-Vaughn, her first time batting. Lily Piper replaced her in the first inning and delivered a 2-run single. Runner on at first base is Bubba Nichols. Tardy. Amber Pfizer's second start of the year, 7th appearance. And since giving up those 3 runs in the first inning, has righted the ship, has not allowed a base hit since the first inning, has walked a couple.
See her throw that little off-speed curve.
Well, that pitch right there changes everything because it makes it 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Bubba Nichols will just run the minute Pfizer lets it loose. So Nichols has a chance to score from first on a well-placed ball to the outfield. We'll have to see what the next pitch offers. It's now 3-2 again as the foul ball right side keeps the bat alive for Sarton-Vaughn. On the ground, fair ball. Warren throws out Sarton-Vaughn. One third baseman throws out the other. So another scoreless inning tossed by Pfizer. Good job by her to right the ship. Uh-oh. Welcome back, everyone. These things are fantastic. Have you seen these Topps cards? You can have those. $19.99 is the cost. Been doing that all season long. Some of the best players in the game. You can find them on those cards at Sis Bates. Also some cards celebrating some of the biggest moments in the history of Athletes Unlimited. Really cool stuff.
I didn't know if you wanted to share with the audience what I gave you before the game.
Yeah.
It ain't Topps, but
it's a pretty cool.
It's a pretty cool card.
It's a softball card. It's got your face on it. Looks
Boom.
fantastic. Yeah.
Yep. You better hang that up.
Good number 15 in my program. With Danielle Loria Merrick-Collins, that is Kat Osterman. Kat is available, and we expect to see her probably sometime throughout the course of today's game. No guarantees, but she is available. Amber Pfizer has gone 3 innings, gave up 3 runs in the first inning, but has rolled zeros in the second and the third. Here's your updated league leaderboard. We have 20 points on the line right now. Should Team Chittister score this inning, everyone on Team Chittister will get 20 points. Abby Ramirez lifts it down the left field line and foul.
And that really is when you see yourself move up pretty quick, is when you're able to be on a team that wins those innings and wins those games. And on top of that, if you have a heck of a day and you can receive those MVP points, everyone on the field gets to vote for MVP. 60 points for MVP 1, 40 for MVP 2, and 20 for MVP 3. So sometimes you can't control where you end up, but when you're on those winning teams, you see yourself scooting up there pretty quick.
Little number right side. Aguilar has to hurry. And Ramirez is retired. Now you can see why Carrie Eberle picked the team that she did. She wanted defense up the middle to help her out. And she's already gotten nice defensive plays by Ali Aguilar and an inning ago by Anisa Ortez.
And that's just boom, boom, what Ali Aguilar does. We've seen her do that in her Washington days, where she played a little bit more shortstop, but so versatile she could play up the middle, second or short, and being able to have Anisa Ortez and Ali Aguilar playing behind you, both 2 of the best defenders in the game in our sport today, you can see why she wanted them on her team.
Aaliyah Andrews, softly to Ortez. Man, is she smooth. Love watching Anisa Ortez. Hey fans, not sure if you heard, but if you join us in person at the ballpark, you get an exclusive NFT. It's a free Athletes Unlimited digital collectible. You have to be here in the ballpark and scan the QR code. We'll roll out a new limited edition NFT each weekend all season long. This is now weekend number 5. Collect all 5, unlock a special offer. We'd love to see you. Get your tickets. Still have games remaining later today, and then tomorrow and on Monday. And that will do it for our 3rd inning. Look what I found. A man at Chittister right into the waiting glove of Carrie Eberle.
Great job by Carrie Eberle. Big time drop away. Got one of the hottest hitters swinging and getting her out.
Today's game presented by Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com. We've made it to the 4th inning. We have 30 rollover points on the line here this frame. Fans, join us at the ballpark for championship game day. Don't miss your chance to see all the live action. Limited tickets are still available at auprosports.com/tickets. And folks, look who is in the circle. Kat Osterman finishing off her great career. This will be her final weekend as a pro. She has come on to pitch this 4th inning in relief of Amber Pfizer.
Well, and the first time, honestly, that we have not seen her as a captain, right? It was kind of shocking last weekend when she wasn't in the top 4, because she has been a captain 8 times, the most out of anybody in this league. So to see her on a different kind of role might be not a bad way to end it. You don't ultimately have to be the one making all those decisions. You can just enjoy the ride. And not too shabby being a part of Team Chitty. But what makes Kat so good, she has that drop ball. She mixes from the left side with that curve as well as the back door. And to be able to go into this last weekend, honestly, to just be where your feet are at. It's the last time she's going to play this game competitively. And you might as well enjoy every single pitch you're throwing until it's done.
Taylor Edwards, first batter to face Kat. It'll be Edwards, followed by Aubrey Monroe and Michelle Moultrie. Edwards from Murrieta, California. 5 hits on the year. Kat's age mirrors that of her jersey number, 38 years of age. 2-time Olympic silver medalist, 1-time gold medalist. 2004 was her first go-around with Team USA in the Olympic Games. That was in Athens. 2008 in Beijing, and this past summer over in Tokyo. Well, these are some of the superlatives in the history of Athletes Unlimited in terms of pitching, and they all are marks held by Kat Osterman. 3 complete game shutouts, 5 times with 10 or more strikeouts, and the only no-hitter in league history that came back earlier this season. What a competitor.
Well, and she came into last season wanting to give herself the best shot to get into pitching form for the 2020 Olympics, and just happened to be extremely successful in AU season 1, winning it.
Right back to Kat, 1 down.
Looks like a drop away, just fields her position nice and easy.
Here's Aubrey Monroe. And there is Bracken. That's Kat's stepdaughter. She's got a fun weekend ahead of her. She's going to be in that dugout and watching everything that her mom's doing. Pretty cool stuff.
It just means more when you know that you're impacting little girls like that, right? Like knowing that your stepdaughter is getting to watch, be in the dugout, that connection. That's pretty special, and you can't replicate that. And that just goes to show it doesn't matter how old you are, being in this league and being able to play at 38 years old is inspiring. She can still make the ball move like that. So good.
Another strikeout for Kat Osterman. She has been punching out batters over the years at a rate unlike anyone else. NCAA all-time leader in strikeouts per 7 innings. Kat Osterman, that is now strikeout number 36 on the year. 36 strikeouts in 45 innings. That's one thing this year that has changed. Last year, Kat led the league in strikeouts by a wide margin, had 95 strikeouts on the year. This year, she actually does not lead the league in strikeouts. That honor goes to Alicia Ocasio.
Hitters have a better game plan against Kat. Like, that's just a reality. If you continue to see the same hitters over and over again, they're going to make adjustments on you. You're going to get hit. You're not going to be perfect. And we've seen her throw a no-hitter this year, but at the end of the day, she's done everything in her power to be successful in the circle, and she's done well, but she's gotten hit more than she did last year. But it doesn't take away from how great of a pitcher she is. It's just if someone faces you multiple times, they're going to find a way to make an adjustment.
On the ground, easy 1-2-3 inning for Kat Osterman. So a scoreless top of the 4th inning. That means we've got 30 points on the line for Team Chittister when they come to the plate in the bottom of the fourth.
Hi, my name is Katiana Malga and I'm playing for Players for Pitts. I chose Players for Pitts because Pitts are just my life. I love Pitts, and being able to help in any way I can, and reading up and brushing up on like their goals, you know, just made me feel like, okay, they're the right organization that I wanted to go for. And so no matter how down they are, like the Pitts, they take care of them, and they foster them, and they make sure they're okay, you know, and not just the Pitts, but like the foster parents, like they take care of all the bills, like everything, and it's just crazy. It's just amazing what they do. And what they believe in, and I just want to be a part of that.
Hey fans, it's time to earn points for watching today's broadcast. Take out your phone, enter the code on the screen into your Athletes Unlimited app to earn points. The code AU25SB. Well, this is how you can follow along here. The points summary with Athletes Unlimited. You get points for singles, doubles, triples, homers, that kind of stuff. You also get points for getting hit with a pitch, for getting a base on balls. Pitchers, every out record is a +4. Every time you give up an earned run, it's a -10. The big points are when you win innings and when you win a game, and at the end of the game, being an MVP 1. Doesn't get any bigger than that. MVP 2 and MVP 3. All right, we're joined now here in the bottom of the fourth inning with the first baseman for Team Eberly, Kelsey Harshman. Kelsey, how you doing there at first base?
I'm good. How are you guys up there?
Fantastic. I got to ask you about the wind. How are you dealing with it right now?
You know, no balls have been put in the air. That's what's so great about having Carrie on the mound. She rolls a lot of ground balls, so, you know, I'm definitely cheering her on to get some more ground balls for us.
KJ, I was going to ask what it's been like for Carrie Eberly and being on her team, being a first-time captain heading into week 5. I know we asked her last week and she said she was nervous about it. How has she been and what's it been like?
Yeah, she's actually my roommate, so I'm constantly hanging out. Oh yeah. We'll see if Bubba hangs on with this wind right here, and she does. Great job. No, Carrie's been awesome. She, you know, kind of really leads by example. She's not as much, yeah, Carrie, atta babe, that much of a vocal leader, and she said that, but the way that she carries herself and the confidence and swagger that she has, it just, like, you know, makes you want to be out here and play good softball for her.
Did you get any decisions on things because you're her roommate?
Yep. Oh yeah. Hey, atta babe. I was fucking pitch rocket. Yep, we're on the mic right now. And there you go. You can see Carrie's a little cheery about that grounder. Yeah, I mean, she had a pretty good idea about who she wanted and who she wanted in her infield because, you know, of course she's rolling ground balls. Wow, this wind. I'm really sorry, guys. But she had a pretty good idea, and she's, you know, week 5 and has just been cruising along, and so she came in and was like, I want these players, we're going to get these players, and I was like, okay, let's do this. Let's do it, Care.
Love it.
Way to get in there, babe.
I mean, I know we have 2 outs, but I'm still going to ask, what's it been like playing in this league post-Olympic Games? I know it's been a lot on these Olympians, and now we're finally in week 5.
Yeah, you know, I made a joke this morning. I was like, all right, guys, it's almost October. I'm on like 10 months of nonstop, just like, can you perform at the highest, you know, for those entire months? It's exciting, and it's exciting to be here, and oh yeah. Woohoo! Oh, that's only strike 2. I thought that was strike 3. Oh, okay. You know, it's been exciting, and there's a lot of, you know, Olympians here, and we're all going through stuff, but it's great that we can lean on each other. You know, as much as I'm going to miss lacing up the cleats, I'm definitely excited. Dang it. You know, to take that little bit of a break and not see the yellow ball for a little bit and give my body, you know, the break that it needs.
Yes. Moulipola keeps it going.
Oh, yeah. Deja, that was a nice hit. Thank you. Feel free to, like, call a pitch for me that, you know, I can hit like that. Yeah. It's fine. Yeah. Yeah, Care, here we go, babe. Yep, atta babe. Man, the wind's definitely picking up down here. It's a little bit chillier than it was at the start of game time. Maybe
you should be used to this. You played 4 years at Wisconsin.
I know,
Come on.
I know. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. The other day we were the morning practice at, it starts at 9, and it was like 55 degrees, and everyone had their parkas out. And when we first got here, there was a couple people that are like, why are there parkas in our lockers? Like, it's not cold, and, you know, we're all sweating. Yeah, the parkas were definitely brought out, and a lot of people were wearing them the other day, and I bet you'll see some, you know, peeking out, and the pitchers covering their arms with that. So we'll see. But you're right, Eric. I should be.
Yeah. Kelsey, I want a question for you. Could you be a reporter for me? Kayla Wadle's on at first base right next to you. She hit her first hit last week. I want to know where that ball is.
Sorry, one.
Ah.
Yep. Yeah, here you go, Kirk. Keep working. Sorry, Eric. I'm going to need you to repeat that one.
No, no worries. You had Kayla Wadle on at first base as the pinch runner. And I wanted to ask her a question, but she's now at second, so we missed the opportunity.
Oh, next time. Yeah, here we go.
KJ, thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
All right, inning continues for Team Chittister. They've got a real opportunity here. There's 2 outs. They've got runners on at first and at second, and Kaylee Clifton is the batter. Clifton singled her first time up. She's seeing the ball well against Eberly. That single back in the second inning for Clifton, a +10 for her. A single right here would not only be a +10, but probably a +40 when you factor in the inning win they would get. Should Wadle, the runner on at second, score, everyone on Team Chittister would get 30 inning points because the second inning ended up tied, the third inning ended up tied, and now we're playing for those rollover innings here in the 4th inning. So it seems as if Team Eberly dominating this game, but one hit right here, and all of a sudden the points will be dominated by Team Chittister.
As much as we like putting donuts up on the board, you want to be able to execute when you have those 30 rollover points.
On the ground, that'll end the frame. Aguilar to Harshman, side retired. Another inning rolls over. To the 5th we go, 3-0 Team Eberly. Welcome back, everyone. We've got 40 rollover points on the line as we take a look at Deja Moulipola behind the plate. She's been sensational all year. In partnership with Guaranteed Rate, our players were asked to talk about self-belief, a time of reflection, and how it affected their career. Here is Deja Moulipola.
I was always seen as a smaller catcher. I wasn't always the biggest, the strongest, or the fastest, but I was determined to work and be a catcher and prove everyone wrong. So I feel like my whole entire career has been based upon maybe being an underdog, not always in the spotlight, somebody who's overlooked. So throughout my whole entire career, it's kind of been that whole theme, and I'm constantly working to kind of not necessarily prove everyone wrong, but just prove the people who believe in me right.
That was Believe You Will, presented by Guaranteed Rate. And Moulipola may have been a smaller catcher at some point in her life, but she's turned into just a phenomenal player. And she's turned her body into something that is a weapon. Strong, strong player. Aguilar. 1 ball, 1 strike to Aguilar. It'll be the top third in the order for Team Everly. Aguilar, Hayward, and Ortez batting against Kat Osterman. Kat came on an inning ago and didn't let the ball out of the infield. 2 ground ball outs and a strikeout.
A lot on the line this inning, 40 points. And every single player knows that. They're playing to that and understanding that 40 points helps you a ton. I'm going to do everything in your power, and I constantly will get little tidbits of players that are mic'd up and hearing things, and you really hear them talk about, let's go, win the inning, and it kind of takes you back to the basics. And best part about the game, it's you want to do the little things right, and this league allows for that format to happen. I've seen a lot more sacrifice bunts with athletes advancing the runners, big boppers stepping up and laying down that bunt, because that's what you do. You get them on, you get them over, and you get someone up to hit them in, and sometimes it's that big stick.
Aguilar walks. Third time that Aguilar has walked in the ball game.
Likes to think of me as her little baby. We clicked back in 2019, so we have a little special pitcher-catcher bond, and she's taken me under her wing ever since, so love her.
Victoria Hayward lays down that bunt. Jessie Warren like a moth to a flame. She is on that so quickly and throws out Hayward. Hayward gets credit for a sacrifice, 10 points for Vic, but moving into scoring position goes Aguilar.
And this is a prime example right here. Vic stepping up and laying down that sacrifice really quick, had a chance, but Jessie Warren makes the great play, but just respecting the game in the sense of moving that runner over and now putting Ortez in an RBI situation. You see Jessie Warren just boom, boom, throw on the money.
Ortez walked her last time up. This is her first time facing Kat Osterman in the ball game. 2nd overall pick in Tuesday's draft. Leads, Athletes Unlimited, and runs batted in. RBI opportunity here. Into the gap. That'll score a run. Ortez, extra bases, and it's a stand-up double. 4-0 lead for Team Everly. Man, how good has Anisa Ortez's season been?
She's just adding on to leading the league in RBIs. This is a drop ball that just misses over the heart of the plate, and Anisa Ortez, one of the best, most consistent hitters in this league, steps up in a big-time situation. Team Chitty still gets a chance to score in the bottom, but finally able to get a run with 40 inning points on the line. And Aguilar just sneaks a quick peek, but sees that that ball is going to go in the gap.
So we still at the bottom of the 5th to play, but there are 40 inning points on the line, and A good start for Team Eberly.
You know, and just going back to the Moulipola stuff, I mean, something for me about Kat is, yes, she's 38 and she's going to be retired, but to me, it's just been the amount of people that she's been able to connect with and share her craft, talk about the game, inspire the younger generation of players, and she's been able to do it for so long, but it means so much to the athlete because people would be intimidated of a Kat, but to know that she's been able to come in 2019 with Team USA and help Moulipola and then be connected with other catchers and players in this league, that to me is growing the game. That to me is kind of helping others understand why you are who you are and what makes you great. And if they can pull something from that to better their game, you're doing what you need to do.
Yeah, and you think about it, in the 20-year career of Kat Osterman, she's had Stacy Newman as her receiver. She's had Jenny Topping as her receiver. She's had Chelsea Goodacre in NPF as her catcher. She's had
Megan Willis.
Megan Willis. Now Deja Moulipola, Aubrey Monroe. There's so many different catchers that can pass on just a little bit of what Kat was all about, what Kat believed in, and how Kat got people out for future generations. It's like branches of a tree. And because of her longevity and the different players and different leagues that she's played in, Kat has shared so much with so many. All right, so Harshman is aboard. We've got runners on at first and at third. Kat has now walked the pair in the inning. And Lily Piper, who had a 2-run single with 2 outs in the first inning, has a chance to do some damage again. Piper flipping and flopping with Riley Sarton-Vaughn in this spot in the lineup. Piper has shown over the last couple of years that she's always prepared to hit when her name is called.
And I remember last weekend, Lily Piper stepping up against Kat with runners on base, and Kat got burned with that low drop ball in that Piper hit down the line to score. This is something you've seen her go 2 pitches away, stay away to Piper. Kind of knowing that she can kind of drop that barrel really good. And not a lot of people have the ability to drop barrel on a really good drop ball pitcher, but we've seen Lily Piper have really good consistent at-bats when there's pressure on.
Popped up right side, out of play. Well, just thinking to the bottom part of this 5th inning, Team Chittister is going to have 8, 9, and 1 batting. They're going to be down at least 1 run. Sam Fisher, Abby Ramirez, Aaliyah Andrews scheduled to bat. Softly, Jesse Warren, side retired. But a run scores. The double by Anisa Ortez scores Ali Aguilar. And Team Eberly, an opportunity for 40 inning wins should they win this inning.
save. Oh, almost. That would have been a good save. You never knew how much I miss her. Yes! Aubrey!
Danielle O'Toole into the game. I love it. All right, it's an important half inning right now for Carrie Eberly and Team Eberly. They lead the game 4-0, but that's almost a sidelight for what they're dealing with right now. This is a 40-point inning. Unless Team Chittister scores, it will be 40 points for every single person on the roster for Team Eberly. Carrie Eberly began the day 3rd out of 60 players on the leaderboard. She's got a chance to be an overall champion if she has a monster weekend. This is a big half inning for her. Not only would it be 40 points for her, but it would be 40 points that Amanda Chittister, who is currently in that number 2 spot, would not get. All right, Lily Piper is the first baseman. That moves Kelsey Harshman over to 3rd. Riley Sarton-Vaughn comes out defensively.
Well, and the reason that Sarton-Vaughn has come out of the game is because they've now put Lily Piper from that flex position into the game. So now she's playing because Sarton-Vaughn is going to be burned. So now that puts Lily Piper having to play. So she's at first base. And you move Kelsey Harshman over to 3rd. But you saw Sarton-Vaughn and Lily Piper switch around a little bit where Vaughn was able to run for Piper.
Oh my. Oh my. Sam Fisher, 2 hits and 23 at-bats on the year, has just drawn a 4-pitch leadoff walk here in the 5th inning. Truly the last thing that Carrie Eberly wanted to do. That's your updated leaderboard. And Carrie Eberly could take a big jump in the points column should they hold on this inning. But not a good start walking Fisher. Ramirez lays a bunt down, it's foul.
And sometimes that's just part of the game and it happens. You end up walking the 8-hitter. But as a pitcher watching, the last thing that you want to do with those inning points on the line and a lot going on is really give up that free pass. Test your defense.
Bunt laid down. Piper! Wow! With the guts of a cat burglar, she gets the lead out at second base. Woo! I didn't think that was a good idea.
And you have to know this is where you're going to go as soon as you field it. She turns her body, does a great job of being able to just field that ball and make an absolute laser of a throw. Fisher, a decent amount of speed, but still that's a heads-up play by Piper, knowing what's on the line here, folks. I mean, we have 40 inning points on the line, so to eliminate any runner getting to RBI scoring position at second base is huge.
Wow. All right, so that is a big out number 1. Because the sacrifice is not successful, no points for Abby Ramirez. And here's the big bopper, Jordan Roberts, comes off the bench. She's hitting for Aaliyah Andrews. I think this is the first time all season long we've seen Andrews lifted for a pinch hitter. And clearly, Team Chittister looking for a big fly right here. Well, the Unlimited Club offers behind-the-scenes access, and you can join the players in voting for Game MVP, Rookie of the Year, and Geico Defensive Player of the Year award. Visit auprosports.com to learn more. All right, game within a game. You got a runner on at first base. You got Roberts batting. You got 1 out. You have Amanda Chittister on deck. Carrie Eberly would love, with a capital L, love to get a double play ball right here. If you can get out of this inning not facing Amanda Chittister, that is the best of all worlds if you're Carrie Eberly.
I'm going to use the defense to my advantage, try to roll that ground ball. She does a good job of keeping the ball down in the zone. See the bullpen, Taylor McQuillan getting warm.
High drive, deep right field! Gone! Over the scoreboard! A Titanic shot for Roberts! And it's an inning win, 4 of them for Team Chittister. Wow!
What a special moment for Jordan Roberts. Being a pinch hitter is not easy. Not getting consistent at-bats is not easy. But to be able to step up in this situation and take a drop ball pitcher deep who's only given up 1 home run on the season, this being her second. I mean, it's clutch, she's all smiles, and these are the things that you remember when you're done. The emotions, the feeling, the fun you have with your team. It just goes to show how much is on the line for these women, the excitement. That's what makes this game so special.
Well, those historians will remember that it was last year, week 5, that Jordan Roberts had what we thought was the week of her dreams. She had over 500 points in the final weekend, and maybe she's dialing it up again. That's got MVP 1 written all over it. That one swing is probably going to get her the MVP. Chittister is retired. And the side is retired, but, well, no, that's only the second out. Sorry about that. But wow. Oh, my goodness, has this game just flipped? 40 inning points for everyone on Team Chittister. That is huge for Amanda Chittister in her quest to be the overall champion. Here's Amanda Lorenz.
And just getting wind of Jordan Roberts' home run. I mean, that pitch came in at 67 miles an hour with an exit velo of 73, 272 feet.
Wow, 272 the opposite way. Right back to Everly. This time she chooses to make the play. Side is retired, but a huge seismic shift in today's game. Jordan Roberts, take it away.
Wow, are you kidding me? 40 points on the line. Pinch hitter, Jordan Roberts. Atta baby.
Yeah, Lily Aguilar, frisky on the base pass. This was her trek earlier in the ball game. One of the great things about Athletes Unlimited softball is for every run scored during this year Athletes Unlimited softball season aspiration will plant 100 trees. Over 36,000 trees were planted in 2020, and heading into this weekend, 20,100 trees have been planted this season thanks to Aspiration's support of rounding the bases. Now, Monday evening, we will have a new name inscribed into the Book of Unlimited, and we will always have the record of the best for 2021. And right now, that is very much in doubt. With those 40 points and the inning win an inning ago, Amanda Chittister is now just 12 points away from the top spot currently held by Alicia Ocasio. Kat Osterman remains in the ball game. Her team is down by 2 runs, but it sure doesn't seem like it. with the momentum of that home run by Jordan Roberts a moment ago, it seems as if Team Chittister is leading right now. Down the left field line, that'll fall. First base hit of the game for Taylor Edwards. She's now 1 for 3, and the leadoff batter aboard in the 6th inning. So this is now the 2nd consecutive inning that Cat has allowed the leadoff batter to reach safely. Cost her an inning ago. Aubrey Monroe takes outside for ball 1. Second time that Monroe has faced Cat. So the big difference in today's game, Team Eberle, they won the 1st inning, that's 10 inning points. Team Osterman won the 5th inning, and that was 40 rollover points. But this game is still in doubt. If you win the ball game, everyone gets 50 points. So that's the next big number on the horizon. Team Eberle has a 2-run lead. Ooh, Butcher Boy from Monroe showed bunt and swung.
See the defense way in. Monroe with the Butcher Boy, as Eric calls it.
You could call it Caitlin Lowe. She was good at that. Chittister gets the out at 2nd base. Knowing your runners, Amanda Chittister gets the lead runner, and that's the first out of our 6th inning. Athletes Unlimited Softball is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate.
I thought you'd be able to do that one off the top of your head at this point.
No.
Man, come on.
I'll write down my ad-libs.
I could have. Who needs a stage manager? Eric, you got this.
We're going to try with that one tomorrow. We'll see how that works. Our guy Nick here in the booth has been a godsend. Friend of the program, fragrance enthusiast.
Crumble cookie.
That's right.
Enthusiast as well. Brought not a 6-pack, but a 12-pack to the booth. I mean.
Stepped up. Michelle Moultrie, Jacksonville's own. Cat came on in the 4th inning. She replaced Amber Pfizer. And one of the things that Kat Osterman has done, particularly here with Athletes Unlimited, is she has given the template. Swing and a miss. Moultrie is out number 2. And we're seeing a lot of pitchers this year follow what Kat has done. Down works with Athletes Unlimited. Down works. And also the swing and miss works as well. If you can find a pitcher who keeps it down, keeps the ball in the infield, with the level of defense played here at this level, you're going to win a ton of games. And plus you have the added mention of making the batter swing and miss, which Kat has done at a historic rate over the years. That is a recipe for excellence.
Well, the drop ball pitchers have been pretty successful in this league. Obviously, Kat, you look at Alyssa Denham and her performances that she's been able to have. We saw her start last weekend and had an unbelievable weekend. Obviously, Carrie Eberle is another example. She's a captain into week 4. Alicia Ocasio in the top spot, 2-way player, throws that drop ball as well as an off-speed drop.
Ball and 2 strikes to Aguilar. Called strike 3. Back-to-back punch-outs for Kat Osterman. So the leadoff single by Taylor Edwards does no damage. Kat Osterman, another 0. 2 more strikeouts. When we come back, Team Chittister heading to the bat rack.
Hi, I'm Tara Novello, and I am playing for the Histiocytosis Association. Yeah, so when I was 8 years old, I was actually diagnosed with Langerhans cell histiocytosis. It is a rare autoimmune disease that affects our white blood cells. Since it affects everyone different, it depends, like if you're older or younger, it could affect your mobility, it could affect your living, it could affect the way you look. So a lot of different things and treatments could definitely help the people that are living with it and the families that are having to go through histiocytosis. This is something that kind of just came about. My mom found it and she's like, hey, I think this would be an awesome, chance to play for something big that not a lot of people know about. And it's the only organization of its kind. So it is a global nonprofit organization, which is awesome, but it's very small. And so we're growing it, trying to bring awareness to it.
Take a look at our Geico defensive play of the game and the guts of Lily Piper.
Love this play. Just makes it look real casual, but at the end of the day, you had to be spot on to get that lead out, and that's exactly what Lily Piper did.
Today's game presented by Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com. There's your score, 4-2, Team Eberly leading Team Chittister. But we got inning points on the line. Team Chittister is actually leading the ball game with inning points. Everyone on Team Chittister with 40 points to just 10 for Team Eberly. Here's Jesse Warren. Remember, Carrie Eberly is this week's captain for Team Eberly. First time she's been a captain. She chooses how long she wants to pitch for if she wants to be relieved. Way out in front, 54 miles per hour, pulled the string. After Jesse Warren, we'll see Moulipola and Wiggins.
Just goes to show the importance of having an off-speed pitch. Wow, when you get Jesse Warren swinging like that, you know that's a great pitch.
On the ground, Harshman. One third baseman throws out the other. Second time that Warren has bounced to third.
First time for me seeing a little Kelsey Harshman at third base.
Just thinking about the day so far for Carrie Eberly as she's trying to move up the leaderboard. Pitchers get 4 points for every out recorded, and they lose 10 points for every earned run allowed. Eberly has picked up 16 outs. That's plus 54 when you do 16 times 4. Plus 64. And then you subtract the 2 earned runs. So she's a plus 44 on the day. Plus the inning wins back in the first inning when she got 30. So Eberly's currently at 74 points for her. Moulipola, 2 balls and a strike. Deja began the day 17th out of 60 players on the leaderboard. Another ground ball to Harshman. Well, ever since that home run by Jordan Roberts, 4 straight batters have bounced out. 3 to third and 1 to first. So Eberly had that minor hiccup in the 5th inning, and now it's gotten back to her form. Wiggins has been retired. Walked in the second inning, singled in the fourth. Another ground ball, softly hit, and not quite. That was Aguilar's only opportunity. The backhanded flip with the glove, and it wasn't going to work with Wiggins, who can still get down the line.
And if Carrie Eberly can't get to this, it's a base hit. Love the attempt by Ali Aguilar. That's all you can do. Hey, she even made it straight to Lily Piper, but wasn't able to get enough zip on it. And obviously Megan Wiggins, a ton of speed up the line.
Nice day for Wiggins continues. Hadn't hit the ball hard, but she's got 2 hits and a walk. So a plus 28 just in stat points for Wiggins. Here's Clifton.
Gotta watch Higgins, or she'll take off on you.
Wow, the second inning to the third inning. What a radical difference. And in both frames, she threw up a 0. Megan Wiggins at first base, little cat and mouse with Aubrey Monroe, who's got one of the best arms in the business. He's daring her to throw to first behind her. No one enjoys playing more than Megan Wiggins. Out in front, barely able to keep it out of the catcher's glove. Look at this. Wiggins.
I mean, let's be real. If Wiggins steals on Monroe, she's a sure out. Monroe's cannon. Wiggins has some speed, but I got to give it to Monroe if I had to pick.
Oh, she was running. We'll never know. All right, see if she goes again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Not running. Conserving her energy. We've got inning points on the line. Team Eberly did not score in the top of the 6th inning. If Wiggins scores from first base, it'll be 10 points for everyone on Team Chittister. There goes Wiggins, and another foul ball.
It's a good lead by Megan Wiggins.
Golfed into center field. Drifting to the right side, play made by Moultrie. Side retired, another 0. To the 7th we go. We've got a ball game, 4-2. The lead is Team Eberly. Carrie Eberly continues to impress. Currently third on the leaderboard. This is the updated leaderboard brought to you by Geico. Eberly has pitched the first 6 innings and been fantastic so far. Now, when you're the captain, you get a chance to pick your theme. And she said, you know what? How about we be Carrie's Berries? What do you think about that, Danielle?
Hey, this to me is winning. I'm getting Willy Wonka vibes. Little Violet, Oompa Loompa, the list goes on. She turns into a nice berry. Oh man, this made me laugh today. I'm really glad we could get it in the broadcast.
So Carrie's Berries against the Smashing Pumpkins. And we saw Jordan Roberts smash the pumpkin after she hit the game's only home run. That was off of Carrie Eberly in the 5th inning, and that resulted in 40 inning points for everyone on Team Chittister. All right, we've made it to the 7th inning. We now have 20 inning points on the line. Since no one scored in the 6th inning, the final inning will be a rollover inning. Victoria Hayward leads things off. This is quite possibly the last at bat for Victoria Hayward against someone she's faced dozens of times over the years, internationally, professionally, at every level. Victoria Hayward and Kat Osterman. A lot of respect between these two competitors.
And it's a cool thing to know that, right? Like Vic knows is the last time she's gonna face Kat. And the emotion behind that and the history that they had last year, constantly being on the same team. Kat would always choose Vic in top couple rounds. And this year they have not got to play together much, only one time.
Now Kat's gonna give her something to hit here. Any points on the line, you don't want to walk the leadoff batter, particularly someone like Hayward who can run. So a great job by Hayward to win the battle, her final go-around against Kat Osterman. She works her way on for the walk. It's been a productive day for Hayward. A single and a run scored in the 1st. A successful sacrifice for 10 points in the 5th. And now a walk here in the 7th for a +8. Called strike 1 to Ortez. Kat has walked 3 and struck out 3. Kat's control has not been as pinpoint this year as it was last year.
Well, and I think she's had to throw a lot more balls, honestly, too, Eric, because they're fouling off so many pitches.
There goes Hayward, thrown out of second, not in time. So the big day continues for Hayward, getting her points here. That's a +10.
That's a heck of a lead.
Now it's getting late, and I'm starting to think about MVP points. Jordan Roberts is still my MVP 1. That pinch hit, 2-run home run for 40 points is huge. But Hayward, the numbers she's starting to put up, Aguilar, 3 walks, believe it or not, that's in consideration for me. Carrie Eberly's performance, we'll see. Two-2 pitch.
And this is Victoria's stolen base lead. So technically you're not supposed to get off that base until the ball is released, as she's just going to. So umpire obviously didn't catch it, but they do say with base running, Eric, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. So.
Into center field, Andrews makes the play. Hayward taking a chance, and it's a worthwhile gamble. She'll move over to third. So now, looking for an inning win, Hayward is just 60 feet away. With one out, runner on at third. A lot of different ways the Team Eberly can score a run.
And I also think the importance of, we know winning innings, but insurance runs. Team Chitty coming up in the bottom of the 7th inning. I want to have as many runs as possible, knowing that Amanda Chittister is going to get another crack at it.
Yeah, it's the same 3 scheduled to bat in the 7th that were scheduled to bat in the 5th. The only time that Team Chittister scored a run. 8, 9, and 1. Bubba Nichols, this will drive in a run. Wiggins makes the play. Here comes Hayward, and she scores with a slide. That is now the 5th run scored for Team Eberly, and they've got a real opportunity to win the final 2 innings should they just hang on in the bottom of the 7th.
See Victoria Hayward tags up as soon as Megan Wiggins catches that ball. She's on her high horse home.
Harshman fouls it left side. You know what? That inning right here by Victoria Hayward, that to me is why she's a pro's pro. She saw every pitch the Cat had to offer, works a walk, 10 points. She steals second base, gets herself in scoring position, that's a plus 10. She moves to third on a risky play and a shallow fly ball, but she makes it and then scores on a shallow fly ball to right. That was called manufacturing a run. Small ball at its best.
And you never want to lose sight of that part of the game. That's what makes our game so special. It's so fast. You have players like Victoria Hayward that put a lot of pressure on the defense.
Side retired, but another run scores for Team Eberly. They lead by 3. We've got inning points on the line. Here's our offensive moment of the game, brought to you by Bat Club USA.
Of course. I'm going to go with Jordan Roberts too, Eric. I like this. Just a little pinch hit, 2-run homer, Smashing Pumpkins. Not only is it a great band, it's a great theme for Team Chitty.
Only blip on the radar for Carrie Eberly, an elite ground ball pitcher. Elevated 1, Jordan Roberts made her pay. There's your updated league leaderboard. Amanda Chittister is within shouting distance of the top spot. Still have one more game remaining. This is a doubleheader as per usual here with Athletes Unlimited. We will have Alicia Ocasio's team take on Team Jaquish. That'll be in our nightcap. All right, Sam Fisher, Abby Ramirez, Aaliyah Andrews, scheduled to bat against Carrie Eberly. Should Carrie Eberly throw a 0 here in this 7th inning, it'll be worth 70 points. Everyone on Team Eberly will get 20 points for winning the 6th and the 7th inning, which have rolled over. And everyone on Team Eberly will have won the game, which gets you 50 points. Sam Fisher was the thorn in the side of Carrie Eberly in the 5th inning. Fisher drew a 4-pitch walk to begin the 5th inning. And that led eventually to the true home run hit by Jordan Roberts. First baseman Piper smothers it, one down.
Good job by Lily Piper, keep that ball in front. That was a hot shot, definitely to the right side.
Here's Abby Ramirez, 0 for 2. Just doing some simple math. Should Carrie Eberly get out of this inning without a run scoring, I have her as 144 points in the ball game with stat points, inning wins, and a one ball game. That's before the MVPs are handed out. If she's one of the 3 MVPs, I'll tell you, she has got a chance to win this whole thing. The way that she has played, she has not hurt her chances this afternoon.
I believe it. I also look at Alicia Ocasio. As a pitcher, you're ultimately at times the one that is in control of what's going on, because you get +4 for every single out that you record. And I look at Alicia Ocasio, who's the top dog right now, but a two-way player has got to help herself out a little bit by getting, you know, a single or a double, adding points to the leaderboard for herself. But I like how much is going into this weekend. I like that we don't have a clear winner. Last year we did. We knew Kat was going to win. But I like that it's up in the air, because it means that people are going to start pulling stuff from their bag of tricks. Things are going to happen. You're going to see some different scenarios that may not be a little normal, whether it's a stolen base in a situation or...
Well, that changes the dynamic of the inning. Ramirez, an infield single, and that allows Jordan Roberts to come to the plate with a chance to turn one around.
And this is too easy for Abby Ramirez. Anisa Ortez was back. The defense was a little bit back. Just use that soft slap to her advantage. Base hit all day.
Jordan Roberts, her second at bat. Last time up, hit one over the scoreboard in right center. We've got inning points on the line. The 6th was tied, so this 7th inning is worth 20 points. A homer by Roberts, and it's an inning win at least for Team Chittister. They're still holding out hope of possibly winning the game, but that's further on the horizon. First things first, win an inning, and you get 20 points. Team Eberly scored 1 time in the 7th inning, so Team Chittister needs to score twice here in the 7th inning for the inning win. This is going to be a fantastic MVP vote. You got Roberts, who got her team 40 points with 1 swing of the bat and the pinch hit home run. You got Eberly with her performance so far through 7 innings. I'm assuming you'd value the win by Eberly more than the home run by Roberts, but we'll see. 1-2 pitch.
The importance for pitching this weekend is way more than any other weekend, in my opinion, because pitching is what's going to keep you in ball games. And at the end of the day, the pitchers have the ability to put people on base, meaning if Chitty comes up in a situation where the game is on the line or something's happening. This is Jordan Roberts' last at bat. That she hit to the right center. She hit that 270 plus to the right center. Just goes to show her power. A lot of righties tend to pull that ball and have all the power, but man, she can go opposite field.
Right size, wrong shape. She's got some Zuzu in that bat. Now, Carrie Eberly's walking through a fire right now. She's dealing with Jordan Roberts. In the on-deck circle is Amanda Chittister. Right back to Eberly. There's an out at second, on at first. Double play! Ball game! Carrie Eberly does it. Wow! I can't tell you how impressed I've been by her. She continues to throw ground ball after ground ball, and when in trouble, she gets the double play.
Yes, this is a hot shot right back at her. Doesn't have a ton of confidence in her overhand throw, but gets it enough underhand to Ortez, to Piper, to see you later. Big time win for Team Eberly. First time captain.
Wow, tough day for Amanda Chittister. No step points for Chitty. She does get 40 inning points, but that's it. Not a big number at all on her quest to be the individual champion. We still have another game coming your way. Game 2 of our doubleheader starts at 4 Eastern on YouTube. For Daniel Laurie and our entire crew, I'm Eric Collins. We'll see you then.